So be kind to ourselves if we feel like we fell short, because studies done in self-compassion have shown that when you beat yourself up because you didn't work out or you ate that bad food, that junk food or whatever it is, and I don't think there's junk food. I think there's junk and there's food. So I'm just going to go there because what you eat matters, especially if you're a grain batter. And I talk about neuronutrition a lot because your brain actually has different nutrient requirements than the rest of your body. But I think everything matters. But when you fall short, and the studies in self-compassion say, don't beat yourself up that you didn't do it. Just be kind to yourself and say, hey, I'm human. I did the best I can, and tomorrow could be better. And then, but then also not just hope it'll be better, because hope is not a strategy, right? But make a plan for it. And also learn, because when you make a mistake, just make them old. I'm all for making mistakes, but all I do is ask is people make them old afterwards. And O, I love acronyms, O is own that mistake. You make a mistake, own it. If you hurt somebody, apologize, right? Most people blame or something else. Try to fix it, that's owning it. But the L in old is learn from it, because that's what mistakes are. They're stepping stones for higher learning, right? That there's no failure, there's just failure to learn. Or there's no failure, just feedback. So make sure you learn from it. And the D in old, after you own it and you learn from it, the D is don't repeat them. Don't repeat those mistakes, because people, they say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Maybe it's not insanity, maybe it's just a bad memory. Remember, because people, you know this, people will make the same business mistakes. They'll make the same hires, they'll date the same person, right? Because they haven't learned from it, and if they learn it, they say don't repeat it. Because if you make if something happens, mistake happens, it can be a mistake. But if you do it repeatedly, it's a decision, it's a choice. Yeah. So you really want to be able to manage that.
I like that, OLD. That's really good stuff.
Make it old.
And I love that, like, who am I doing this for? Who am I going to let down if I don't do it,
Yeah.
It's the reason this show is here. Like, I kind of promised in my first week that I would publish an episode every Sunday. And there was this group of people out there, I think it was probably nobody in the beginning, that I felt like I had to do this to. And now it kept me going, and it keeps me doing what I do every week, because I feel like I have to get up and do this stuff for these people, and I don't want to let them down.
Because it's who you are. And it's great also, lesson in consistency, and everyone who's watching this, that every pro once started out as an amateur, right? Everybody, once started with like one follower, whether it's on social media or one, and that's the thing, is that little by little, a little becomes a lot, right? Because again, consistency compounds and it just grows. And what I would say to people is like, yes, stretch, but then stabilize. Stretch, stabilize. Just like if you're climbing a mountain or doing anything, the mountain is success. Just make sure it's the right peak.